If I type in my own name, Kate Clanchy, on the internet, it asks me what I did. And I ask myself. Google tells me I wrote a book about my teaching experience and won the Orwell Prize for political writing. But the biggest story is that I then became the object of a famous cancellation. This is the best thing I ever did. These children's poems. These are all the poems that were written and selected into this narrative. And it's an extraordinary thing for a young person to be published like that. It gives them something extraordinary. What hurt me the most wasn't the attack on my own writing, but on my teaching work.
Okay, so we are the poetry group.
It's quite nice being in a small group, isn't it? It's quite small, quite calm in here. It means that I will see what you're doing, beady eyes, but I think that we'll really get a chance to do great things.
I was a fully qualified teacher on the roll of the school, but I was also writer-in-residence working with charities. It was a disadvantaged school, but there was a fantastic English department and a wonderful head and an inspiring community. I was there 10 years, and together, staff and students, we did do great things.
I've learned to go back to the messed up kitchen, the smashed bowls and plates, to go back to my mum's broken nose and ripped ear, to go back there and wait, watching it happen, knowing there's nothing I can do, to go back to when I screamed at my father to stop. I go back to the last day the abuse will happen, to when it all went quiet.
Our school was very multicultural, with a large number of refugees, especially from Afghanistan and Syria. They often had a special interest in poetry.
All Afghans are loud.
Yeah,
really
they're loud.
loud.
So even girls, are girls quiet in Afghanistan?
No.
No?
No.
No. Well, you should be really pleased with it. I mean, it's a brilliant little book, and lots of people will read it.
Last year I held a glass of tea to the light. This year I swirl like a tea leaf in the streets of Oxford. Last year I stared into navy blue sky. This year I'm roaming under colourless clouds. I'm a bird flying in the breeze, lost over the alien earth. I sit helplessly in an injured nest, not knowing how to fix it. And my heart, I would say, is displaced, struggling to find its place.
But there were poems from all sorts of students, expressing all sorts of views.
I come from a house where the nighttime is freezing, where showers turn off and the curtains are ripped.
I come from prayers and myth, dust and grit, from a family that yells.
I come from a house where parents are protective, where they talk like detectives, where my siblings need attention and my mum is asking why I have a detention.
I think what mattered most was that there was lots of poetry in school, lots of reading and writing. It was something everyone did.
You can do this from home as well. Okay, it's brilliant now and very moving. How come he died?
Heart attack. Felt like the death of an uncle.
Well, you've written him a lovely poem.
He once told me about a study they did with iron filings. If you put them on a speaker and put some music on, they make stars and flowers and other such shapes. This was a man that was made out of music. Every song that he played, he'd just get lost in, and you'd get lost in it too. In a way, you'd see flowers and stars in this music. Well, you couldn't really see them, but they were definitely there. And when the bad news was broken, we put on all his tunes, You couldn't really see him, but he was definitely there.
You really don't need to worry, Holly, about writing any number of elegies for your parents. It's not, that's what it's called, a poem for a dead person, an elegy. Everyone has grief in their life. I mean, not many young people have got as much grief in their life as you have, but everyone has those sadnesses, and the more completely true you are to your own life, actually the better other people can relate to it.
That's true.
It's weird, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good.
I had to add in the metaphor because I just keep remembering you talking about describe what you feel like. How does it smell?
Is that me? Well, that's good. Well, I'm coming to live inside your head. Excellent. I'm so glad.
Do. Mum, you're a candle with a burnt down flame with wax melting down its edges. You're a mystery box full of problems and questions which have never been answered. You're the sunset I watch when I walk back from school. You're the elephants in my room which still smell of your perfume. Ghost.
Over time, I learned to create anthologies and individual books for the students, and we held launches and readings. From about 2016, the project started to become well known. There was a radio programme, an article in The Guardian, many prizes, the documentary from which this film was made. In 2018, there was the book. My publishers, Picador, suggested using only the migrant students for this. The book was called England, and it did very well. Then came COVID, which put an end to poetry workshops in classrooms for more than 2 years. But I gathered my alumni, a lot of them at university or working by now, on Zoom. We met twice a week, and we documented the pandemic together. This poem travelled all the way to Germany, where students at the Bauhaus University made short films with it.
I didn't know I'd miss waiting at traffic lights. Waiting for a burst of colour, a static of sound. I didn't know I'd missed noise, crowds, the breath of rain as it hits parched tarmac, being near enough to hear people's breath. I didn't realise I was only exactly alone when I was walking home from school or to the shops. I didn't realise it was the in-between times that held me together.
After the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter movement, nothing was the same. Values shifted, and multiculturalism and relationships such as I had with my students began to be viewed with suspicion. In 2020, our anthology England was criticised as colonialist, and in 2021 there was a storm of protest about my memoir, Some Kids I Taught and What They Taught Me. My students all stood by me, but I felt that I had let them down. Their anthology was returned by the publisher alongside all my books. Now they couldn't be heard. Four years later, times have changed. I'll never fully recover my project, but I'm still teaching in a community college and in a university. We still create our own anthologies. I still see many of my old students, and they help me to value what we did.
Hello, long time no see.
I did genuinely love that group, I've got to say.
What I like to see most of all is that poetry remains part of their ordinary lives.
This was a man that was made out of music.